The numbers are extraordinary. $1.8 billion needed to help 4.1 million South Sudanese stranded by war and facing an uphill humanitarian struggle.
It's heartrending to see the suffering of the people. This is a country which is rich in talent and rich in resources. If this conflict continues, we will see a generation of South Sudan's children who are lost. People need peace, they need it now, and I very much hope that it will be delivered.
Arriving in war-torn South Sudan, UN humanitarian chief Valerie Amos and Oscar-winning actor Forrest Whitaker assessed the damage done by a 1.5-year-long conflict that has left tens of thousands dead and displaced nearly 2 million others.
Millions of people have suffered terrible traumas. They've lost their family members, they've been forced from their homes, they've had their entire lives upended. If we do not heal these wounds, then active hostilities will continue even when the conflict is over.
Resources, aid, supplies, all are urgently needed before it is too late. The United Nations and its humanitarian partners are seeking nearly $2 billion to assist people in crisis in the Sahel region of Africa. The funds will help millions of people in Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Chad, the Gambia, Mali, Mauritania, Niger, Nigeria, and Senegal, who live in a region affected by chronic food and malnutrition crises.
With that $2 billion, we aim to provide food assistance to almost 10 million people, to treat 3.2 million acutely malnourished children, to protect up to 10 million people from epidemics, and to get at least 2 million children into schooling that are in emergency conditions.
In addition to food insecurity and droughts, violent conflicts and insecurity have led 2.8 million people to flee from their homes, an increase of over 1 million more than this time last year. Violence in northeast Nigeria, the volatile situation in Mali, and the crisis in the Central African Republic are creating more suffering for communities that are already amongst the poorest in the world.
I mentioned the Sahel has unfortunately put a real shadow over the region over the last 12 months, and the indications for looking ahead are not very promising at all.
The oldest electronic medium mobilized for the world's youngest people. The UN is marking the 2015 edition of World Radio Day with an appeal to the largest youth population in human history. Get active, stay involved, make radio.
By giving young people a voice, we can catalyze new energy to rejuvenate and develop societies. By supporting young people through education and training in the media professions, through media content, we can help create more inclusive and prosperous societies.
People under the age of 30 are more than half of the world's population, yet they remain underrepresented in radio, leading to exclusion, perpetuating stereotypes, entrenching inequality.
Radio matters for youth across the world. As the international community shapes new sustainable development goals and the new global agreement on climate change, we need to hear the voices of young women and men loudly, strongly, and urgently.